Hello, Jake sir.
Hi Ablasha, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, sir?
Good, very good.
You're back in Hyderabad today, right?
Yeah, came back today. Yeah,
Okay. How have the last few days been?
crazy actually. We knew it will do well, but to get this much of reception and love from the audience, they've really taken the movie by heart and super feeling.
Congratulations on the movie's success. So I'm very curious about your name.
Yeah.
Like there is Jake and then there is Jacob. So where did the name Jakes come from?
I have two people, Jakes. Basically, I think it is. Can I say it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've asked my parents that because Jake is something that I've heard, but so my baptized name is Jacob,
Okay.
and a lot of my cousins have Jacob. So my parents changed it to Jakes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is I don't know where they have the S from, but I've ended up with Jakes actually.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
And Bejoy must be your dad's
That's
name.
name. Yeah.
Interesting.
So some people have asked me if I'm a Bengali because Bejoy is a Bengali name. Pakka Mallu.
But Kerala and Bengal, they have some cultural connection.
Do they? I don't know.
All that water,
Yeah.
fish, communism.
Okay, yeah. Maybe that, yeah.
So-
Communism, of course.
Yeah.
Otherwise, movies, of course, yeah. Satyajit Ray films have been a huge influence.
Okay.
From our early makers have been greatly influenced from his films, so yeah.
Interesting. And you have watched race films when you were younger?
I watched, because I worked with Santosh Shivan sir a lot in his documentary series and in movies. He takes a lot of Satyajit Ray sir's movies, Panther Pajali or a lot of other films to observe the way he scores, very unconventional. He takes, at that time he used to take like the sitar concertos and then paste it intelligently in the movies.
Yeah.
It's
very minimal.
Obvious, minimal, but very core Indian vibe will be there, you know.
Yeah.
So I recently scored a movie for Santosh Shivan sir. It's an anthology of M.T. Vasudevan Nair, is a big writer in Malayalam.
It came out, right?
It
on
came out
Zee-
recently. Yeah. So I did one episode. So we constantly watched a lot of Satyajit Ray's films to understand his approach to putting music at the right places and what kind of music he uses. Yeah, that has been. It's actually kind of unlearning for us because we are used to scoring and making everything understood for the audience now. Sometimes long, prolonged silences with breakage of these kind of things add a lot of value.
Interesting. But like the instruments that were used, they were very traditional.
Yeah, very sitar, sarangi, all traditional Indian instruments to give that core, no? Now if you use that very obviously it will become cringe, that's what people say, but those instruments were very judiciously used in interesting ways, and he is a master at like sampling and resampling sounds to fit the mood and all that.
And he was a composer,
He was a
right?
composer.
Wow, yeah, like that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, which part of Kerala are you from? Or
I'm from Kottayam. I'm from district of Kottayam. I'm from a place called Iratuveta. It's Iratupeta. Yeah, inside that I'm from a place called Arivitra, and it's on the way to Sabarimala, you can say that. Yeah,
Okay.
Close to Erimeli and all that. That's where I'm from. It's a what is that? We have a lot of hills and rubber plantations, and it's a beautiful place. You should come sometime. Vagaman is close to, the hill station is close to. I'm inviting everybody to come. Yeah, Vagaman is a beautiful hill station that's 20 kilometers from our place. Yeah, I never used to, understand how beautiful was my place was until because I was in the boarding school at a very young age, and then I was never at home. But recently going back home makes me believe that it's such a beautiful place that I am from. Yeah.
and your boarding school was also in Kerala?
No, I was in Tamil Nadu. It was in Aircard.
Okay, year card. Okay.
It's a school called Montfort School. That's where actually actor Vikram and all, Shashi Tharoor, all of them, most of them studied there.
Okay.
Yeah, so my boarding was there, and then I did my engineering in Cochin and then my music technology in the US.
Interesting. So, were you introduced to music at Montfort?
Very, very young age. No, even before Montfort, I used to sing and perform at my house occasions and at yeah, I was mostly into singing right from a very young age because my mother used to sing a lot. So my appa got me a teacher like a Bhagavatar, like a classical music teacher, and then I had my Geetams, Kirtanams, Swarajatigal and all at a very young age. I practiced all of that, and until 12th I was doing that because even while coming back from home, from school, back from all the vacations we used to have, the sir come back. That sort of has given me that strong bonding to the ragams and things like that. So, though I might not be able to do a kacheri or its full course, but I can understand a ragam, go and explore it to make something work for a movie, you know. And then my boarding school was mostly into gospel music and Western music introduction. So I had a nice mix of these cultures, you know. That is what is playing out for me. My taste changed because in boarding you'll have people from different, like I have a lot of Telugu
all
friends.
parts of the country.
I have a lot of good Telugu friends. I have Tamilian friends. I have people from Northeast, and they used to listen to a lot of these bands. At that time it was Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park and all that. So all of these put together was my formative years, like trying to understand music differently, you know. I have a strong liking for pure Malayalam classic hit songs and Tamil songs and Telugu songs, but then I'm influenced by this sudden influence of Western music. So that's my juxtaposition. Yeah.
So, since you studied in a boarding school where you're kind of cut off from the world at large, what was your relationship with popular music back then?
No, we used to have at every weekend or 2 weekends, parents can come and give us. We could carry Walkmans, and we can use them on the weekends when we go for a walk or something like that.
Okay.
So my appa would bring I was a big Michael Jackson fan, so he would bring Michael Jackson. I remember History released at that time, 95, 94 or something, Michael Jackson's biggest album. I used to constantly hear it because that was like one of my go-to albums, you know. What a production, and melody was strong, beats were strong. We like that, no, with melody, with proper beats, and then MLTR, Boyzone, all those pop music kind of, we used to hear it during the weekends, and it influenced me a lot. So when my song, even when I tried to compose, I started composing in school, because in school we had a lot of these events where we had to take up composing, and I used to make songs for a particular assembly or a theme-based song.
Okay, you used to compose songs at such a young age.
Probably around 6th standard, 7th standard we started.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You think, wow, but it was quite natural at that time for us, because there was Montfort had a culture of various, you know, these dramatics, and we had something called mini pop, where there's a competition between classes, and we had a theme. Every year we have a particular theme for school, like Be the Best or Commitment to the Call, and I was the one who used to compose the songs for those. So that process was quite natural, you know, this coming up with a tune and making lyrics for it. It was a constant practice, and we had amazing lyricists in school also. So that led me kind of to have this confidence in, and we used to have plays, we used to present our own plays and drama, and then compose music for that. Quite, now if you think of it, I don't know whether it was a very big task. At that time it was quite natural. Every class, everybody used to do it. So I think that was my foundation. Yeah.
Lovely. So now again, after studying engineering in college, which is what like most Indians do, you have gone to Stanford to study.
Post my undergrad.
Yeah, after your undergrad. So how did that happen, and you know, how was it like?
See, I didn't want to do engineering at that point, but my dad, he didn't have a degree course in music, no. Undergrad, where do you have? So only diploma courses. SAE was giving a diploma course, but after school, after I was 12th, I was quite sure I want to do something in music. There's no doubt about it. But my father was particular, you should have a basic degree. Okay, you explore music, but have a foundation. It might help you. And I believe any education is only helping you grow in some way, you know. Whatever your interest is, that will go on for, even there are like Shankar Mahadevan and a lot of the other contemporaries have all done their engineering or whatever that is. But once you have an interest in something, that will clip or top everything else. Post engineering, I was thinking, okay, I got a job at TCS and campus interview and all that, but I didn't take that up because I was quite sure that is not my calling. Very, very sure. But I was doing albums and, like short films and all that at that time, at 2007, 6 that time. Then I decided, okay, before I get into films full time, let me be more prepared and go and study something and get an exposure. That's why I decided to go to the US and just feel like what people are doing there and how my musical interest can be enhanced. That education helped me.
So from like doing it on the side, like CCA activity, to doing it, full-time pedagogy, it's all music.
Yeah.
So how was that experience like, and how much did that shape?
See, that's why even right now, I don't feel at any point of time, I've had ups and downs in my career or life. That is all my personal and all those. Everybody, it's not going to be a uphill all the time. But music has never failed me. Even if I'm not getting the biggest blockbusters, so I'm happy with if I get to do something related to music, I'm always happy. And if the product is connecting to people, even if it's a song, I do devotional songs. Even now I do small songs for my daughter's anniversary or something, teach her something. So everything. So my career, I don't think like I'm waiting for this the peak moment or anything. Everything is a bonus as far as I'm invested and my time is in music and I'm doing to a film because I love movies. I love implementing, from my school days, it has been my identity of trying to come up with some idea and doing music for that and let people enjoy. So I have never felt that this is a job that I'm doing. It has always been, okay, what next, how challenging that will be. That's why I've done over 18 to 20 films a year, some in 2022 or not.
Yeah.
And I've never, there will be pressure, of course, the work pressure will be there, but I've taken it with a ride, enjoyed it.
It's interesting that you mentioned that for you also do like non-film music also. Because I chanced upon your Spotify while coming to this interview and I saw you had composed a bunch of nursery rhymes.
That was way before, it was not composed. So 2005 time, Manorama Music as a label. So I was just out of college waiting for pocket money. So I just did an album with them.
College means Stanford?
Engineering, yeah. I needed money to survive. Appa said, okay, you had a job opportunity, you left it, now you be on your own. I'm not going to support you. So I was doing all kinds of jobs. So Manorama asked me, okay, can you do one thing? Make the old traditional nursery rhymes, give it to us in a proper way so that we can digitize it and YouTube was getting popular then. That's when I made these nursery rhymes. And they've recently, because now a lot of other playlists, they've also added this on. So these are all traditional songs, but I've just recreated it for them.
But how does one make like nursery rhyme? Like what can you go listen to other nursery rhymes?
All of those nursery rhymes we know, no?
Okay.
So I've called students from school and sung it. And now I'm getting my daughters we're preparing another set of songs for like good manners, waking up song, morning routine, night routine. I'm making a big album for kids actually, based on these routine things that will help them, because that's what I'm struggling with to tell these girls now. So they don't know what to do in the morning, so I tell them, okay, this is what you have to do. So I made it into a song. So I'm trying to put those together and we'll be putting it out soon.
You should. I mean, it's an insanely huge market. Like if you look at the number of views Wheels on the Bus go round and round has.
Which is the biggest hit album, hit video, like most viewed video on YouTube. Do you know which one it is?
No.
It is Baby Shark.
Oh, okay.
It has about 16 billion views.
Yeah.
15 or 16, I don't know.
Yeah.
So kids are the ones who are watching YouTube the most. But it's not for the market alone. I think some of those songs which I made for my kids have been very useful to them. I think if it's useful to the others, it'll be good. So, yeah.
That's lovely. So you've mentioned that, you from a young age, you found a way to, turn your idea into this form of expression for us audience. So now a screenwriter has a script, they have their storyboards, an actor has his muscle memory, they have their workshops. So when, a story is being narrated to you, how do you sort of imagine it musically?
So very good question, but I would say it all starts with, I don't think of the actor at that point of time. I don't think I'm all with the director. Like, what does he want? What kind of a movie is he trying to make? What is his musical interest? How accelerating or how soft does he like the music to be? You know, it all comes from there. And those kind of data help us to make the music in different ways. Like, those inputs that we get from the director, it results in the difference or the ingenuity, the newness of the track or the score. Then once we get the footage is where we try to, all this information we get, and then we try to match it to the hero's image or what fan base does he have, and all that kind of thing to play. But if it's a content-based movie, it even does not, I don't even think of the hero or anything. It's just focusing on the content. What is the storytelling? How can I enhance it? What kind of underlining does it need? Is it an underscore or does it need to be blastingly loud? You know, those decisions we make based on the content we get.
Okay. So I think one of my favorite tracks that you have composed is the King of Kota teaser track.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Teaser track or the announcement, People of Kota, there's a track.
Announcement.
Okay.
I mean, I can't, but yeah, it must be that one only.
Yeah.
It's, this is not Gandhi Gram, this is Kota. That dialogue comes in the, yeah. So that track, it's like 1.5 minutes long. I listen to it a lot.
Thank you. Yeah.
So again, you know, these kind of like trailer tracks or teaser tracks, again, as you're saying, you know, you have to cater to a fan base and there are certain expectations. But how do you approach this creatively? Because there's so much riding on that for producers, directors, everybody on the team. So how do you approach this challenge creatively?
King of Kota's soundscape was probably the most time I took, because Dulka is a huge star, not only in Kerala, he is a huge star fan base in Telugu audience, in Tamil, in Hindi as well. So we are coming up with this mass movie from Malayalam, and it's the announcement, it's just video, it's all eyes are going to be on me, you know. So what I did, I had different, like, I know it has to be massy, I know it has to be musical, it has to have some edges. So what I thought was, it's a king. So I'll come up with adjectives. Okay, how can I derive him? What melody does he have? Then we go on an experiment. Will this work? Will that work? Will this work? So that particular track took me just about 1.5 minutes only. That 1.5 minute track took me about a month.
Okay.
Only that. Okay. Just sitting on that alone. Because it will work, the director might like it, I don't like it. So I was constantly putting that pressure on myself. I have to crack it. Something would have worked there, but to chisel it like that, you know, like where everybody's talking about it now, it took a long time. And when you're musically involved in it, and once we try to, there'll be a point where we feel internally that, okay, I think we are able to match the story, the hero's image, the musicality, everything is coming together. This is it. There'll be one point where we realize that. Like, we can always have something safe, like some heavy beats with some regular melody also might work, but that little musical touches which you give, no? That will satisfy you, the assistants or whoever with you. Oh, that's different. They'll come to a point where everybody's sort of happy with it. And the director is like, wow with it. I remember when Dulka heard it for the first time, he was blown. He called me and he was like, he loved it. Even the announcement, People of Kota, the motion poster, it's one of the most viewed motion poster in Malayalam. That sort of put the expectations in place for the film. Later, yeah, the film didn't do as the hype was there. It was a big lesson for all of us, you know, but we did our 100% from the musical team and all the technicians involved, the editor, the camera, the director, everybody gave 100% to that, and that's why I'm sitting here in front of you, because that's why I got Saripodhaa, just because of Kota.
Okay, so Vivek Atreya saw...
I think Vivek Atreya and Nani Garu saw Nani Garu already had liked some of the stuff that I did, and he mentioned my name to Vivek, and Vivek was already looking out for someone, and then we got in touch. That's how it happened.
Okay, so what was like the specific brief for Saripodhaa, and how did you, because again, you know, very interesting soundtrack.
It's a brilliant subject, hands down. I loved his writing. Whatever said and done, it's not easy to write a commercial film, 2 hours, 50 minutes long, and be this gripping and this interesting. So he had about 10 tracks already. Like, he had an idea. We sort of stayed true to all of that, you know. So Vivek is very musical. I'm only a half composer. I would say half of it is him, you know.
Okay.
I mean, not in technically composing, but the inputs he gives are so intense and so important. So right from the first briefing, all of his scenes he will explain it with music. The introduction or the villain's idea or the Sokrapalam theme or...
Music in the sense...
He had references, yeah.
References.
And then we would sing together, like I would sing something and he'd say, bro, this theme is good. Then I would sing something else. No, bro, that other theme, I'll forget. I'm kind of spontaneous, so I'll hum something. And then he'll say, bro, no, da, 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 something like that. He'll say, this is better, that is better. So he has a very good musical sense. And that helped me sort of, we were on the right page, because in the sense like, I would make something and he would correctly guide if I'm staying true to the subject or I'm moving away. So that way, even Nanigaru was also like softly following up with us, about how things are. There's no pressure at all. Okay? He would, in some way, like he's always there. His presence, we can feel it. He's constantly following up everything, because this is the first time you're trusting me with a huge film like this. Because most of the work I've done, heavy mass films are in Malayalam, but here to trust me and to give me something like that was, I hope I delivered.
I mean, it paid off, definitely.
Yeah.
But what was I supposed to ask? Yeah, I'm sorry. So again, you have these projects where the director, actor, they're very closely involved and they come with their specific vision and they give you that freedom and autonomy.
Yeah.
But I feel like in your career or in any music director's career, there will be projects where the director's like, we need a music director, so we'll bring them. There won't be much visual inputs from their end.
Yeah.
So in such situations, which obviously, in your career or in anybody's career, from time to time, you will face such projects and you will do such projects. How do you sort of adapt to such situations?
That's a very, that is okay. If the director is not involving much, it's also fine. Okay. But there'll be a point where the worst thing is where the director and I are in totally different sync.
Oh, okay.
That is very hard. Like, if you don't understand what you're creating, then you will end up with something. What will you do if you don't know what you're making? I've been in few, because in starting stages, you don't know what works because you're a newbie. And then I've had places where I've worked for 1 year on a project where I had no clue what the hell was going on. I'm making something, but I don't know if it'll work. The conviction is not there. That one failure, it bombed big time. But that one failure made me understand that whatever piece of art you do, first person, you should like it. Because there is a creator, there is a listener, there is an audience in you. That person should like that first. Point number one. No compromise there. Not even, okay, that guy has a better sense of interest, but if I don't like it and if he likes, I don't care. I have to like it first. Then present it to the director. He has some opinion. Modify those opinions. That is very important. You can't also say that, okay, this is what will work. Director is sort of the captain of the ship. You have to sort of be in a middle ground where he like it, I like it. That's important. So it's very difficult it's better to walk off for projects where you're not in sync. It's not going to do any good to you, your career. Might end up with some money, but that's not important. It'll do more damage to your career than anything, I think.
I do feel like there are also times where directors just come and they say that there's a really popular video out there or there's a very popular tune.
Yeah, that's normal, no?
Yeah,
but see that, I always take it with a sense of urgency that they have from their part. The director is trying to do something, but I don't like them constantly, okay, do like that, do like this. That any creator will feel, if you don't trust me, then why you come here? Some people are very respectful that way. They might point out to something, but ultimately, it's like I consider it for the good of the project. And there is a threshold. You can't cross that. If it hits too much, then I'll be open and say, bro, I know what to do. Please control.
So I think you've had very humble beginnings in Telugu cinema with Taxiwala. Not a very big film, but slowly you've risen up, and Saripodhaa Sanivaaram is your biggest film to date. So how has your journey been so far?
I've always loved Telugu cinema, because see, to make full-on commercial cinema that entertains the audience in its full capacity, Telugu is a benchmark, no doubt. Like people like Rajamouli sir and Nag and Sandeep Reddy, they've all, how passionately they make big commercial cinema in its full glory. That's why Indian cinema is looking at Telugu cinema now. So I've always loved I love being part of this industry. And my successes, because even in my career I've had a very off and on. But once I got a good break, I've been kind of consistent that way. So once I got Taxiwala, I was open to do Telugu films, and whatever opportunity I got, I closely worked with them. I tried to understand this. But now I've come to a point where I kind of understand the audience. If the director is in sync with me, we can come up with I'm very confident that we can come up with something nice. It's that sync that matters, Yeah.
Okay.
But I had a ball working in this industry, and Saripodhaa's love that I got from the audience. You won't believe, on the day's release, my phone is ringing. Like, I'm getting constant missed calls. I'm like, where do you get this number? Sir, your phone number is on Instagram. I'm calling you, sir, in the middle of the night. I'm sleeping now. So what have you done, sir? Who does that? So, you're pissed. You're like happy in some way. People are liking your work that much and calling you in the middle of the night. And the shares on Instagram, people constantly tagging me. So I feel that love and that responsibility, and I want to do more.
So, when I think of Jake's Bejoy, on one side, I think of someone who makes these really amazing, like, elevation tracks.
Yeah.
These, you listen to the track and you are already in the film.
Yeah.
It's so cinematic.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, there's someone who's making an Amma song, Paruvayam from Ishq.
Yeah.
Ishq.
Yeah.
So, these very melodious songs. So, are there any other like niche, like you have created a niche like this? Is there any other new niche that you want to explore that the future
comes
has?
with what the movie demands. Like I told you, go with the flow. I'm constantly learning. I think with every composer, you have to constantly learn with the new. What do you like to hear, and how interestingly you blend your liking to the movie. That's what I did with Amma song. The movie demanded that, and Sri and we are very close. It is actually Sri's own life story. So I wanted something that connects to him. So the biggest compliment I got was from Nagababu sir. He messaged me one day after listening to the Amma song and said, Jakes, you've done such a beautiful work on this track. May God bless you. I was shocked. I get a message from, one of the greats, and then it's like, it was on a Mother's Day. He messaged me and told me that it's connecting with him on a deeper level. So many people messaged me about that song, about how they are connected with their mothers and how mother emotion is very important to them. So I'm happy that songs like that also, like that, I don't want to put myself in a box and say I'm a mass composer, class composer, this. Whatever is the demand of the hour, how can I go fully into that and create something? That works for the movie, to the director, and for me. That's my criteria. So I don't have a way of thinking where, okay, I don't want to come down to soft music, it has to all be massy, it has to all have beats. No. Whatever connects with me and resonates with me. Yeah.
So your project, next Telugu movie, Mechanic Rocky, is coming on October 31st. And Vishwak Sen had some very nice things to say about you at the teaser launch. He was he's
also on full on energy. Like, Vishwak is never low on energy. Bro, let's do it, bro. That energy is something like, like spreading, So, love working with him. Ravi, another fantastic creator. I'm looking forward to that film. Something that I committed long back, but I'm still looking forward. Then I have a few movies in Malayalam this year.
Okay. Which movies are those?
One is Tovino's Identity. It's a big scale, it's a killer film. Then one is Mohanlal sir's L360. The title is not it. L360 is the Lal 360. Then I have a movie with the Nayat. Have you seen the movie Nayatu? Irata.
Yes, sir. Nayatu. Yeah. The 3 police officers.
There's a movie called Irata.
Irata also,
Those
I've
makers,
seen.
That Martin Prakat is producing a film.
Okay.
Something on that, a little more commercial version of Irata and Nayata. That I'm doing that film as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And then few others are there called, I'm kind of packed with Malayalam this next few months. Yeah.
Okay. And any projects in Tamil?
Tamil, I've committed something, but with AVM Productions, but not the details. Portholil was my last Tamil,
Okay.
Portholil did well. It was a good film. Yeah.
Looks like an interesting lineup.
Yeah.
Looking forward to all music you're going to make.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you. It was great talking to you, Abhilasha. Thank you.
Likewise, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Guys, this is Janvi Kapoor and you're watching me on Gulte.com.
Hi guys, నేను మీ రకుల్ and మీరు చూస్తున్నారు Gulte.com.
Hi guys, it's me Rashi Khanna and you're watching me on Gulte.com.
And you're watching us on Gulte. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Only love to you.